What's up everyone, welcome to another video. Today we are once again going to be playing the ESL Open Cup, the weekly $400 tournament stacked with pro gamers. Last week we decided to do the greediest builds ever. Today we are going to cheese the hell out of everyone. Let's begin. Alright, so our first opponent is going to be a Master Zerg. Now just to start the video with guys, if you guys have ideas for what you want me to do in these ESL Cups, like if you want me to play with, you know, the biggest cheeses ever, the greediest build ever, etc. If you guys have ideas, let me know in the comments and I can do them next week. This cup is every Monday, so that's when I'll be filming it. So as long as you leave comments before then, and you guys will probably leave comments as soon as this video comes out, let me know and I can do your challenge next time. Now, so for the first map, I have a fantastic idea. I'm going to be playing 3 ranks Reaper into Mass Reaper. So just to define cheese for you guys, I'm not necessarily going to be doing the hardest one-base all-ins ever. I like to have a bit of variety. So I'm just going to do, you know, as long as it's super cheesy, it's okay with me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm quite literally going to go 3 ranks Reaper, and as long as he survives, I'm going to be adding more barracks to the Reaper. So at some point, I could end up with 20 ranks Reaper. I don't care. Actually, thinking about it, I don't even need space for my add-ons because I can just make Reapers from my naked barracks. Now, I will make upgrades for them so they get better and better. Though, there's a decent chance that my opponent will die too. It is a very strong opener here. Now, cheese, unironically, might actually be our best chance to get a deep run in ESL. A lot of you guys are always saying, I would love it if you just made a deep run. And cheese is probably, you know, out of all the challenges we can do, is probably the most, or well, the strongest way for us to actually get far in the tournament. Now, in the last episode of this last week, I asked you guys if you would rather have me cut the videos up because they are very, very long, right? A run sometimes is almost 2 hours. And I actually got very mixed commentary. A lot of people love the long videos. A lot of people would prefer them to be cut up, etc. So I think I'm just going to try it out. I think in this edition, I'll be trying to cut up the videos a little bit. Obviously, if it's not necessary, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll try to make them still long, so the size of my regular video, about like 30-40 minutes. And I think the best argument for it is that it avoids the spoilers, because if I put everything in one video, you can kind of know whether I'm gonna win or lose, etc., right? So I think I'm just gonna, you know, cut them up a little bit, put them into like 30-40 minutes or whatever. If it's way shorter than that, then I probably have failed the challenge, but you know, because you can't always avoid every single spoiler, I suppose. But yeah, that is the plan. And then I can just release part 1 today and part 2 tomorrow, something like that, which should be totally fine. Now, my opponent did go for a hatch first. It was actually a little bit funny, because I'm planning to cheese every single game, right? I started vetoing the big Zerg maps. And then I realized, wait, that's actually very suspicious if I veto all the Terran maps, I mean. Because I can cheese on the big maps too, right? And I don't want to be cheesed myself on a small map. So then I realized it was suspicious. But paying attention to my opponent's vetoes, he actually vetoed all the Zerg maps himself. So I'm starting to think that this guy also wants to cheese me. You know, which could be the case, and it could also be pretty dangerous. Now, wait, where's my SCV? Oh, I guess it was mining minerals for some reason. There we go. Now, this map is a little bit of a trick. You would love to jump up here, but you actually can't. So 3x Reaper is a little bit harder to execute than normal. Let's just go for his drone line. I'm not sure where his queens are. Actually, I could give you guys a pretty easy tip here. Wait, why's my... Oh, I was running my SCVs across, I guess. That's what happened. But yeah, what you're supposed to do is just leave an Overlord here in every path, so you know where the Reapers are. Right now he has to guess, and if he guesses wrong, he's just gonna lose units for free every time. And now he's gonna lose a Queen, which is massive. You cannot losing those that early. Let's see, 1 Queen already down. Okay, that's 2 Queens. Probably gonna go up the other side again. Make a depot here. There we go. Luckily my depot was open, so I didn't have to look back to actually open it again. Now his link speed should be finished. Oh, he's actually going for the Roach defense. Okay, that is interesting. Now, normally against the Roach defense, if you do Mass Reaper, you're actually supposed to transition after 7 Reapers. It is the perfect amount that you can still do damage, but actually transition into getting like stim out with Marines in time. But I'm literally only going to make Reapers with upgrades, so, you know, damage is already looking pretty fantastic. Still need a little... Oh, I was on the wrong tab. Need a little bit more, though, to close this game out. Let's see. I can actually just easily kill this Spine Crawler as well. So he has speed and roaches. As you can see, he's really struggling because he just doesn't have that Overlord. He keeps having to guess where I am, and he loses units for free because of it all the time. Now, the Reaper Micro is going to be good here. This is, if you guys didn't know, back when I won my my IEM, I pretty much did it with not mostly Reaper Micro, but a lot of it was Reaper Micro. So I always took pride in being able to micro Reapers and using the grenades perfectly and stuff. Now here I think I can actually fight this. It's a little bit greedy. Normally I would run away here, but here I think I can actually take a fight. Now a lot of these are low HP, so now I'm just gonna dip. There we go. And what's fantastic about this map is that we have a back base, so I can easily expand to a third while keeping on the pressure, avoiding my opponent, or rather stopping my opponent from taking a back base himself. Let's see. Oh, I actually did lose one. For a second it looked like I was gonna have perfect micro, but not quite. Oh, this is good. Yeah, now he's gonna fall into the trap. He thinks he can kill me. Oh, he does actually have 4 more roaches. Okay, gotta be careful then. Thought I was gonna kill him there for a second because he only had 4 roaches, but then 4 more showed up. That was a little bit unfortunate. Now, normally if I play the 1 E-base style, you can also just go for stim in the factory, of course, but if I play the 1 E-base style, I like to wait for my +1 so I can really snowball. So I'm just getting free kills here until my +1 is finished. That seems like the wisest idea. Oh, he's actually following me. Okay, interesting. He has a Ravager too. Probably should have made that earlier. Ravagers are actually super good against this kind of attack because they have long range and they 3-shot the Reapers. Now the reason why it's hard to micro here is because I keep fighting a little bit on creep. And on creep the roaches just catch up a little bit too fast, so you can't quite micro properly. And now I'm gonna get a good position here, I think. Yeah, now I have +1 by the way, so these Reapers are actually doing killer damage. Oh, he actually biled the low ground in anticipation, but these Reapers have +1, baby. They are so strong, and I don't think they're going to be stopped at this point. Now, the biggest downside of making Ravagers is simply that if you get on top of them, they are basically an expensive roach, because they're also going to die very fast. In fact, that might even be more squishy than a roach. I'm not 100% sure. There we go. And now the drones are gonna die. Probably, oh, I actually thought it was gonna be roaches finishing from those eggs, but looked like it was Zerglings. And there we go. Game number 1 in the bag with mass Reapers. Let's keep it going. Alright, game number 2 on Inside and Out. I think this game I'm gonna go for a classic Proxy 2-Rax. I think every fan of Terran Cheese has seen a fair share of Proxy Raxes in their time. And now I'm also gonna go for one. Now, usually if you bring this build out in a tournament, you want to do it because A, you're desperate. You know, doesn't matter if you're the best Terran in the world or not. We all get desperate sometimes when we bring out the Proxy. Or B, you just know exactly where your opponent scouts. And you know that on certain maps you can dodge the Overlords and thus win. It's happened a lot that I would just research my... It's a very easy thing to do. It's a very easy win trick. If I played in a tournament, I would just look at their VODs, see where their Overlord goes. So sometimes they would scout like here, and then here, and then that. And then I know that I wouldn't scout this place, for example, or etc., right? So that's an easy way to do it. Now, obviously, here, I didn't have the time to look up, what is his name, 11's Overlord pathing. So I'm just gonna have to do it on blind luck, try to get a Proxy down here. Though I think it is pretty safe. We're actually tucked in a corner a little bit. I'm actually gonna build it here so I can rally the Marines in between here if we get scouted. Now, what is my follow-up gonna be? I think I'm just gonna follow it up like pretty standard. Probably like a Hellion drop or so. That's usually my favorite follow-up. Now, at some point I learned that you can actually skip taking the gas for a little bit and get your gas at 17. I'm not sure why. I never actually did the math on it myself. I just copied it and it flows a bit better. So I guess if you take the gas on 16, it's just a little bit too early and you mine too much gas. Very simply put. Now, normally with a 2-Rax, you're not looking to kill someone, but the potential is definitely there. Usually you want to kill like a few drones, make them overcommit, you know, lose a few too many drones. And then you just transition yourself. Sometimes they'll even stop mining gas to defend your Proxy Rax. And then you can do a Hellion drop against a Zerg without Zergling speed. So there's definitely a lot of potential there. Now I'm just going to go with my first Marine. With Proxy 2-Rax, I usually just want to get the action going as fast as possible. Because for the reason I just mentioned that you can't kill that because there's a pillar there. That you mostly just want to kill drones and not necessarily end the game. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of... Oh, he's playing... That's probably a pull first, I think. I have to admit, I haven't done Proxy Raxes in a while, so I'm not 100% sure on the timing. Yeah, exactly. It felt like it was a little bit late. So this is a pretty hardcore builder to win for my opponent here. But it doesn't have to be over just yet. See, I'm actually going to get that there. Okay. Well, I'm going to win that trade, so I'm kind of surprised that he would go for that. He does have a queen as well. That's the biggest problem. I'm getting a lot of links for free here, guys. This is really not bad. Ooh, he's going for it. No. No. Kill. Oh, we actually got the Zergling. Holy crap, the micro there was great. That was really close. And we've actually... This is supposed to be a super hard builder for us. If you do a Proxy 3 Rex, you have enough Marines, but with a Proxy 2 Rex, you usually don't. So the fact that we're actually getting this is just massive and very unexpected. So yeah, huge dub for us here. And then after these Marines, I'm just going to transition. He's still just making Zerglings, which means his economy at home is going to be relatively garbage. I'm going to make another bunker so I can contain that. And I'll fly one factory to his base and one factory home. You see he has speed as well. So he definitely has counterattack potential. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a trick here. I'm going to wall this off preemptively so he can't just run past the bunkers, but he actually has to deal with them. I see the hatchery is dead. He actually could have killed that SCV there if he wanted to. Okay, so he's going for roaches. Okay, that's perfect. This could actually be pretty difficult, though, because I have already decided to go for Hellions. And I can't really switch it up. This might actually be a pretty difficult holder, to be fair. Let's see, make sure to target the Ravager with the bunker. And then I'm just going to walk home. He should be chasing me right now. If he's not chasing me is a massive mistake here. Because Ravagers are faster than Marines. He would probably kill all of them almost. With 2 Roaches and 2 Ravagers. But he decides not to. Which is really a big blessing here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hunt that Overlord. And then he shouldn't be able to attack me on the high ground anymore. I don't think the Overlord had time to escape. But we'll see. It should be like right here, I think. Yeah, exactly. No time to escape, which is fantastic for us. Now we can occupy this high ground. And there's nothing he can really do about it. There we go. He's not paying attention to the Ravagers. And he's going to lose them both here. And I feel like that's going to put us massively ahead. He really had potential there in multiple ways to make this happen, by the way. Because, you know, the pull first already should have been really good for him. He should have counterattacked with the Ravagers faster. But in the end, we're going to get a little bit lucky. And, you know, sometimes a little bit of luck is all you need, I guess. Now, actually, I still have a lot of Marines alive, so I could even... No, I was planning on doing a Hellion drop, but he can even do a Marine drop here. Now, he's reinforcing with Zerglings, which is just not going to be the right move. My Hellions are going to be more than enough to deal with that. Now, he's actually going really hardcore here. I didn't quite expect that, to be honest. So we might experience like some minor trouble, but we're still going to be totally fine here. With a little bit of micro and all that. So is he making Ravagers yet or not? There we go. That Roach is going to die pretty fast. Now, oh, he has a spine in his main. Okay, that is kind of fascinating, I'll have to admit. Let's see. Do I have enough Hellions to deal with it? That's the question. Like, I'm really only spamming Hellions, which is kind of a crazy way to deal with this, but... yeah, we're just going to do some pickup micro here. And that means we can easily deal with those Roaches. Resaturate this base. And now his units are actually gone. I'm actually going to go for a retreat here. Let's pick up the Marines. Gas is down. And now his Lings are actually not here, so I can get on top of these Roaches. And he's even running away, even though you can't run away from Hellions with Roaches, so that's really nice. I can see his Lings are there. Oh, actually got the pickup there, surprisingly. Now I know his Lings are there, I can actually just send everything across, because I know he doesn't have anything on my side of the map. And I even have this little barracks to distract. And you can tell he doesn't really have much left here. There we go. The only thing holding me back from winning now is just the spine in the main. But I think, you know, safe to say it's not going to give us that much trouble. Obviously, I can kill his workers through it too. And there we go. The first series is a dub 2-0 against a Master Zerg player with 2 cheeses. This one maybe a bit more cheesy than the other game. Oh, by the way, the unit loss of this game, 800 against 2.9k, beautiful. And last game I forgot to show it, but it was 1300 against 4300. So 3k in our advantage. So, you know, we're about 5k up in this best of 3, which is mild, but it's good. Now let's move on to the next series. Alright, our second opponent is going to be Flebuster, which is also a Master Zerg, but I believe about 600 MMR higher than the last opponent. Now, this Zerg player also vetoed all the Zerg maps, but I have a feeling, or I don't have a feeling, I think I remember that I played this person before, and I think he was actually a cheeser. So for this first game, I'm going to do possibly the dumbest cheese ever done. Just to try and blind counter his cheese. I'm gonna be trying to just play 1 base, 3 racks, double reactor, and just mass up Marines and then kill his all-in. I know that sounds really stupid, but I'm still gonna do it. And we'll see if it has, you know, if it can work at all. Because I think if we do a proxy against someone that cheeses, it's gonna be tough. So we're gonna have to be creative with our cheese here. Now on this map, I can always fall back to taking the back base over here. I just have to mine it quickly. But that's no big deal. But yeah, I even... this is something you can do in tournaments, by the way. But they would never expect, like, a way higher player to do it. But even in his match history, I saw that he did some very fast cheeses. Some of his games ended in literally 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So, I think this is a decent idea. It is really stupid, like, generally speaking, to go 1 base 3-Rex against Zerg. But yeah, I think it could be hilarious. If we fail, then I guess we just do some better cheeses next game. And if it works, then yeah, I guess we just look like a map hacker for the day. So there's that. Well, actually, at this point, unless he's doing a 1-base suddenly, even with map hacks, you wouldn't even be able to see that he's doing a 1-base cheese. So I guess not even that, but still. Just a 500 IQ genius, I guess. Now, I could basically do my Marine Medevac only build, where I go for 2 super fast reactors, and just get, like, combat shields later. Now, this is already looking pretty stupid, I have to admit. This is, you know, I'm not going to be proud of this build as a whole, as a creation, but if it works, I'm still going to be very excited. Now, the build I saw him do in his history was actually pull first Lynx into Roach Ravager, I believe. So, like, very little drone. I didn't actually check the graphs, but from looking at the builder, it looked like one of those, like, 19 drone Nolins or so. So here, by this Overlord, he is probably just going to assume that I have the back base. It didn't, from his pathing, it didn't look like he actually crossed by here. So he probably is just going to assume that I have the back base. But instead, I'm just going to make 1,000,000 Marines. Now, there's definitely some potential trouble here. Oh, it's a proxy hatch. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, what is he going to make from that? Could be spines, maybe? Could be spines or roaches. Let's see if there's any spines building. There is spines building. Okay, dude, this is going to be so funny because I'm making the most units possible, pretty much. Like, I don't think there's a build that would give you more units than this. He's probably going to be pretty surprised to see this many Marines pop up. Like, he also has some Zerglings, but I have 6 Marines already. He's like, wait, what? He also has a little Zerglings, so... Oh, the Queen is actually a powerful part of this that I did forget about. Now, the trade is still going to be decent against the Zerglings, but that Queen definitely ruined my plans a little bit. So now I'm going to have to wait. Or pull SUVs. I think I'm actually going to pull the SUVs here, to be honest. Because spines are going to root quite slowly. Here we go. Let's get on top of these real fast. Maybe we can even use some hold position micro. There we go. And then I should have, like, enough Marines finishing. Oh, my Marines were actually shooting the spines. Doesn't look like we're winning this trade yet, so I'm just going to fall back a little bit. And it is possible that even the build with the most units is going to die to a cheese. Now, that would be pretty hilarious, even if we're losing. Can he hit that depot? Yeah, he can actually hit the depot. I think I'm just going to have to wait for combat shields here. Probably repair the reactor a little bit. It's really good for me that he's shooting different targets with the spines, by the way. He already could have killed that reactor 100%. Whoa, what is that range? Oh my god. Suddenly get poked from the abyss. There we go. Now, if he wants to come up, he can. He's actually going to try to move a spine crawler on top. I have so many Marines, though. Oh, look. This is going to give me so much free damage. Yeah, he doesn't realize how many Marines I have. He's now going to see my build, and he's like, wait, what? How does he have 20 Marines with combat shields? And there we go. At this point, it looked like we have countered his strategy. We just needed a little bit of patience. Let me target that Queen real quick so it can transfuse. And there we go. The spine is going to go down. And then his base is going to go down. And I can only imagine that he's going to be really shocked at what just happened. Because with that amount of free Marines, I think you can only assume that it's going to be a free win after that. Because I wasn't supposed to have units. But then I still had 20 Marines with combat shield. This was a beautiful idea, guys. I know it's not completely over yet, but we're definitely going to be in a good spot there. And I'm really happy with my strategy. And obviously, I'm standing on the ramp, so it is not really possible for him to take a good fight at all here because of the, you know, lack of surface area. Let me just camp these eggs for a little bit. There we go. GG. What a beautiful counter. Yeah, if I was him, I would probably be a little bit upset because this is one of the most ridiculous hard counters ever. I would not recommend that you do this as a hard counter, but to be honest, in this series, it was perfect to try it. You can see 15 Wait. Oh, no, I did kill 2. For a second, I was like, wait, this is an Overlordless build? Of course not. Silly comment by me. But yeah, you can see how little drones he has. 17 supply. Beautiful game 1. Let's keep it going. Moondance game number 2. Now on this map I actually have a different build I want to play. Something completely different from what we've done so far. No Proxy, no 3-Rex Reaper, no in-base 1-base 3-Rex. I want to do a Proxy Hellion drop into Proxy Battlecruiser. So we're going to go for a little bit of a more of a high-tech cheese. Now this is a very risky build to do against someone who always cheeses. There's definitely going to be a chance that he's going to cheese us before we even get to do anything. Which would, you know, destroy our plans a little bit, because then we would have to defend before actually getting to the cheese part, which could in either way end the game before I get to cheese, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna go for a gas first here. Actually, I I could make this even more insane for going for a factory before expand. That actually sounds pretty crazy. Maybe I should even do that. Factory before expand. I do like myself some crazy cheeses, as you guys know by now. Let's get a barracks down here. Saturate the gas. I'm not sure if I should actually be checked for the proxy hatch or not. Like, if he proxy hatches me, it's going to be here. The reason why Terran scouted so late is because Terran typically scouts against Zerg after the barracks, which means I would scout in about 30 seconds from now, like 1:30, see it at 1:35. And by then, the hatchery is pretty much almost done already. I mean, the first time I saw it in the last game was when the creep was starting to run into my natural, right? But that game I did, in fact, not SCV scout, so that is a little bit different. Now, I do kind of like the idea. I'm just going to check here, actually. I wonder if you would probably barely not see it. So there's no hatch on my natural this time. I guess, technically, it could also just be here on this map, right? Wait, could you hit... No, I don't think so, right? Imagine if you could put a spine here and hit the mineral line. That would be freaking insane. There must have been a map like that at some point where that was possible. Don't think that exists anymore, though. Now, we definitely confirmed that my opponent is a cheeser, so my, initial thoughts were correct. Let's see what we're going to be able to find after that. I am still going to go for an expansion on the low ground, even though this is very risky, especially with the build I'm doing. So he's on one base. Okay, yeah. Like I said, he's definitely going to destroy our builds a little bit. Let's see what he has going for himself. It is going to be a one base Roach Warren. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for a tank on one base. I'm actually probably going to forfeit this natural. I'm going to go for a tank on one base super fast. And then try to proxy a starport for Liberators. Now, I would have loved to build a starport here. But, yeah, I think his overlord was right there. So I couldn't really. Now, the depot's going to finish. I'm surprised he hasn't attacked this CC yet with like a Zergling or so. Usually they make 2 Zerglings with this. I'm kind of waiting for them to show up. Not there yet. Now, I could be really crazy and make this star... Oh, there's the 2 Zerglings. Okay. I could be really crazy and make the starport before the siege tank, but that is probably a little bit too much. So I'm just going to hunt these Zerglings down. The roaches should not be done yet, and I have enough Marines to deal with this amount of Zerglings. Probably not even... Oh, the hatch is there. Okay. I mean, I'm still not going to lose any. And now I can even kill the Overlord here. Which is a little bit of a miscalculation from my opponent. Oh, let me get into that bunker real fast. And killing that is actually huge. But now these Marines are actually stuck. So that is one, thing of concern. I'm going to cancel that. I really need to launch a depot. I'm just going to go for it. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't even see that Overlord. I was like, wait, how does he see that? Okay, interesting. Now I have my starport going up. This is a really crazy one base against one base proxy here. Maybe I can actually... Watch this. Oh, no, he saw me coming. Okay, that's unfortunate. Maybe I thought I could maybe push it into, my other Marines and kind of like sandwich it in that way. And now, this starport could do a lot... If he did... There's a chance he didn't make a queen in his main base, by the way. In that case, this starport is going to go absolutely nuts. Now, obviously, my build here is pretty good just because my opponent did a one base island and I actually opened this factory before... command center, so that's always going to be pretty good. Pull these back. Probably get these bad boys over here, I think. Oh, he has link speed now too. Okay. Now, I mean, I think our setup is just a little bit... I think he might actually not have a queen, and in that case, my setup is just insane. Because I'm defending on one base, right? Which is obviously the most secure way to defend. And at the same time... Oh, let me actually repair that so I can start another Liberator. At the same time, he might not be able to defend my Liberator. Let's see. Yeah, if he doesn't have a queen, he's gonna be really sad, I think. Let's find out. Yeah, there's actually no queen here. Oh my god, the proxy starport, guys. That is a moment of brilliance here in this cheese. And there's nothing he's gonna be able to do against it. Oh, these Marines are actually kind of fragging over here, too. Alright. I mean, he's gonna have to break me at some point. Like, he has 0 mining right now. He could mine from this base over here. But besides that, there's just 0 mining. He's also not even making a queen, by the way. You can see the hatchery wobble if it's building. Unless I was blind, then he could be making a queen. But doesn't look very wobbly to me. Ooh, need to be careful with these. There we go. I'm just gonna keep sieging tanks in a safe range. Get this Overlord down, actually. Why not? There we go. Because, like, at this point, his economy is so bad. I just don't want him to... you'd be able to break me in any way. So I'm just gonna sit behind my wall. I'm not even trying to expand or anything. I'm really just gonna be chilling hard. And yeah, this base is absolutely screwed. I wonder if he actually sent his drones over. I did not see those, but I can only imagine that his drones are here now. And all this time he hasn't been able to make a single unit, by the way. That is pretty crazy. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, oh, it's not even in the right place. Oh no, that really hurts. It's actually not even like, it's even long distance mining basically. So that is 4 drones going down, and then as the Ravagers approach, we leave. There we go. I think perfect timing. Exactly. Now I can't actually siege here. That is unfortunate. Because he would kill it with Ravager bios. Oh, he's actually good. Oh, just as I in siege, he's gonna go for it. But yeah, I feel like there's actually no chance that this works. There's just way too many units here. And I think our cheese, this might have been the hardest countered best of 3 ever. The first game, obviously completely ridiculous with the 3 racks in base against this proxy hatch. This game, the factory before expand into the proxy starport. I mean, we can see how long he didn't have mining for. I think it actually started really early. Was that like a 4-minute liberator or so? It looked like it, right? Let's see. No, it's not quite 4 minutes. Okay, I saw that the wrong way. 4:45, and from this point we can look at his income. It's gonna go down to absolutely 0. He's not mining at all for about I want to say like 40-50 seconds, which is incredible. Yeah, we did some cheeses, but we countered his cheese and our own cheese, which was fantastic. Now, I told you guys I would split up the video, so I'm going to leave it at this for part number 1. Tune in tomorrow for part number 2, so you can see how the tournament run ends. I can spoil you guys that my next opponent is going to be Gerald, a very high MMR EU pro gamer. Don't miss it. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you for part 2. Adios.